Hey everybody, welcome to Around the Twist, episode 190. It is January 15th, 2014, and I have a whiny puppy in the background and a tiny tyrant co-host with me on camera. This is Gabe. Tara's obviously chilling in the background. It's been an interesting evening. I wasn't sure I'd get to record. We still might not get to because this is take 3. So I'm going to try to get through this as fast as we can, and I'm going to try to do it one-armed because he's insisting on being held. First things first, on the needles is my Classy Hatter socks. That's in my Jessalou little Jane hat bag, stitched by Jessalou. I showed you guys this last week. Oh, you're okay, Gaberino. Come on. First sock is done. These are 64 stitch vanilla socks in a 2x2 rib. The colorway is Mad Hatter from Blue Moon Fiber Arts. This is their Socks That Rock lightweight. So first sock was done last week. I was actually able to get the second sock started this week. I know. I mean, started. Barely. I'm knitting these on US 1.5s. It's a 2.5 millimeter fixed circ from Knit Picks. That's it. It's my Knit Picks fixed circulars. There we go. So I've got maybe 2.5 rows of ribbing done, and that's it. That's all I managed to get done. Oh. So, hey, the second sock is started. Yes! Awesome! That's my purse knitting, and my purse doesn't go very many places with me because it's a diaper bag lately, so sorry, try to get a little closer here so we can do this. Alright, second thing. Now this is really going to be interesting because it's big. The baby log cabin blanket is done with the knitting. I haven't yet taken the last ball off, Carin. Oh, Gaberino. Sorry, guys. Someone is just not happy because Mama is not paying attention to him all the time. So yeah, this is going to be interesting to try to hold up here. See how this goes. We might be able to do a parakeet. That's what hubby and I have dubbed when we toss the blankets over the car seats, and the babies don't like being put in the car seats, so they cry. So we parakeet and throw the blankets over them, and they usually are quiet then. So I can't really get the whole thing in the shot, but I did 7 rounds of stripes. I was going to do an 8th, but my niece, Helena Marie, came early January, and I kind of want to get this done and off to her. And chances of me getting another round done, especially with going back to work soon, are slim to none. So, or it will be a few months, and I'd really like to get it to her because, yeah, every baby needs a knit blanket, don't they, Gabe? Yeah, you got one from Grandma Vicky, I know. So this whole thing, sorry, didn't really give you guys all the info. This is all just the How to Log Cabin recipe from the first Mason-Dixon knitting book. It's knit out of Knit Picks Comfy Sport, which I love. It's a cotton acrylic, or cotton modal blend. It's cotton acrylic. I knitted on a US 5 3.75 signature fixed circular, which is downstairs on the table because, yeah, I forgot to grab it after I finished it. So the knitting is done. Now I just have to weave in all of those ends. My friend Carrie offered to do them for me, but I'm like, I kind of want to finish that myself. So I'll be working on that if the tiny tyrants will allow it, and hopefully be able to show you a finished object the next time I record, or be able to tell you that it was sent off and is being thoroughly enjoyed. Third thing, and last thing that I have on the needles is my Hero. This is the Hero, H-I-R-O, Hero. Yeah, it's wrapped around the basket. Sweater by Julia Farwell Clay. It's a red blob. It's Dream in Color Classy in the pomegranate colorway. It's thrilling, isn't it? It's a stockinette sweater with a turned hem. I'm knitting it on US 8. It's a 5mm needle. Oh. Okay, Barbino, quit pulling your bear out and you won't have to cry. Yeah. US 8, 5mm needle. I'm knitting the, I believe, the 42-inch size. My gauge was slightly off So that will size the sweater down just enough that it should fit me okay. If not, it'll be slightly baggy. That's all right. The 39 I think would have been just too tight on me, and I'm not a fan of skin tight right now. I'm working going up to the second waist decrease. I had just done the first waist decrease. I've got maybe 3.5, 4 inches worth of sweater done here. And it's just a matter of having free hands. Yeah. Yeah, Gabe. Yeah, I know, Gabe. You've got free hands. I know. You're not helping. So I'm working up to the second waist decrease. I think I'm 8 rows in. You're supposed to decrease every 12 rows, and I'm 8 rows into the in-between. So I've got 3 more rows of stockinette, and then I'll do the second one. I think then there's 2 more waist decreases before you keep going. And it's going to be a while before I get to the fun part, the yoke of the sweater. So we'll see. Because I've got to finish it up to go through the waist decreases, the bust increases, get up to the armpits, do the sleeves, add those in, and then I get to do the fun color work on the yoke. So I'm looking forward to it. It's just a nice mindless knit when I get a chance to pick something up. It's something I can pick up and throw down really easily with these two demanding a lot of attention. So yeah. Other things. What I have on my wheel. You can see my wheel back here, my Lendrum. You can see I can't obviously pick up the wheel. Sorry. And bring it forward for you, but I'm working on the the turquoise to tangerine gradient from Fiber Optic. It is their 80/20 merino silk blend. And I've made it off the tangerine, and I'm kind of into this lemon yellow. Well, here. There's some bright, whoa, man, it's blowing out the, there we go. I didn't expect, that's a lot of sheen from the silk. Wow. So it's this bright, like, highlighter yellow right now. And you can see it's I'm kind of right at the point where I've gone from the orange, the tangerine, into this lemon yellow, and it's transitioning into this lime green, limey neon green, and then it'll go to that gorgeous turquoise blue in the middle, which I'm so excited about. That's why I did the orange first, because orange isn't my favorite color, so wanted to make sure I could get through it, and the teal's kind of my, turquoise is kind of my reward at the end. So it's coming along. I'm trying to spin every day, even if it's only for 5 minutes. Typically after I get up with the twins, feed them, they fall back asleep. So I'm able to come in here, pop on a podcast or a show, and just sit down and spin for 5-10 minutes. Even if all I get done is like 2 of these little bitty balls of pre-drafted fiber, I count it as a win. It means I've spun on the wheel that day. So yay, I'm spinning. I'm hoping to get this done and get started on the Crown Mountain Farms fiber that I talked about last week. Pokey things. Gabe, my man, you're pulling down Mommy's shirt. Let's not do that. Pokey things. Yay. Where did I put it? There it is. I'm still working on the Quai Winter Sampler from Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery. This is their 2012 Winter Sampler. Sorry, I forgot to turn my phone off. So last week I was still working on block 12 and 13, which is actually the 9th and 10th blocks that I've knit. But I got 12 done, minus the border. I got 13 done, minus any back stitching, and I started and finished square 14 there, the little birdhouse with the cardinal. So yay, I feel like I got a lot of stitching done. It doesn't look like a whole lot, but I feel like I accomplished quite a bit. And the other thing that came up was I had ordered, I think I mentioned last week, I was going to order, or had ordered, the year-long sampler from Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery, the Once Upon a Time sampler that I'm going to do for whenever Tara's in her own room, so she can have a little fairy tale princess room, which I'm excited to do. I didn't think I'd want to raise a girly girl, but I really, really do, as long as she lets me. So I ordered the Crystal Doubloon Aida 14 count from picturethisplus.com, and it came. So I don't know how much this is going to show. There, you can see it. It's got sparkles in it. And it kind of looks on the, well, maybe, yeah, when I hold it back here, you can kind of see. It's kind of almost tea-dyed. It's kind of this old gold. Oh, there we go. Now you can see it when I open it more. See how it's got the variegation to it? Yeah, I know, I know. I'll find something to stitch for you too, little man. Don't worry. There you go. But I've got the fabric. I need to get to the store and get all the thread that I need. And I'll eventually be starting that. Probably not anytime in the immediate future. I'd like to finish the winter sampler first. But it's a year-long thing, and I can just get to it whenever I want to, because they're only releasing a block a month. And it'll be nice to take my time with it, maybe get caught up once things settle back down a little bit. So we've gone through on the needles on my wheel and pokey things. All that's left is various and sundry. My maternity leave is winding down. I am a week out from going back to work. So we'll try, no promises, but I'm going to try to go back to recording 2 out of 3 Wednesdays. So I'll record a week, skip a week. So because I'm working next Wednesday, it'll be 2 weeks before I record again. So that will be, looks like the 29th will be the next time that I record. I'm a little bit bummed that I can't stay home more, but at the same time, I'm kind of excited to get back to work just for the social interaction aspect of it. Things are changing with the job and family, and yeah. The other thing that's changing, I got an email that I'm sure you guys have seen on social media from a lot of podcasters. Blip is no longer, who hosts a lot of the video casts. They will not be, how do you put it, sending the feed to iTunes, I guess. So after February 28th, up until February 28th, all of the shows will still be on iTunes. After that, they are going to stop sending them to iTunes. Basically what it boils down to, it's a money-making thing for Blip. When you watch the show either on the blog or on Blip itself or through YouTube, whatever, there are ads that run across it. And those ads make money for Blip, which then they kick back to the podcasters if you choose to run ads, which, I mean, it's negligible. It's like a penny or two, something like that. We're not getting rich off of this. They're not getting rich off of this. But when it's viewed through iTunes, those ads don't appear and Blip does not make any money. So that's why they're phasing that aspect out. Those of us that are still on Blip aren't being kicked off yet. I'm just waiting for the hammer to drop at some point. But I think I'm going to stay with Blip until a more viable option comes up and then go from there. As of right now, Blip is uploading the show to iTunes, to the Roku Blip channel. So if you have a Roku box and you go to the Blip channel, you can search for Around the Twist and find us there. Or you can go to YouTube. If you want to switch over right now, you can actually go over to YouTube, find the show over there, and you can, find the show over there and you can subscribe to it, and every time a new video is posted, it will send you an email alert. If you're using Downcast, you can also go through Feedly, Feedly, and find the blog through Feedly, which is Round the Twist with Carin.blogspot.com. And every time something new is posted there, it will send you an alert through that as well. So there are going to be ways to find it. Just after February 28th, you won't find it on iTunes anymore. And that's because of Blip. And I'm not willing to shell out the kind of money that I'd need to get my own hosting in order to be on iTunes itself. I'm not making money off this. I'm doing this for fun because I enjoy talking to you guys, because I've been part of your lives and you've been part of mine for 4.5 years now. Obviously big changes in that 4.5 years. You finally dozing off, Mr. Man. Yes, he is. Good. But yeah, I've said from the beginning, when the show either stops being fun to do or it costs me money to do, then I'm going to stop doing it. As of right now, we're going to still keep recording. I'm still enjoying it. I hope you guys are still enjoying it. But if it comes to a point where I have to shell out a large amount of money to make the show work, I'm just going to let it go. So I don't want to do that. I hope you guys will still keep watching once it's off iTunes, but there you have it. There are still ways to find it. If you visit the blog, that would be great. I try to put links. I always put a link to the blog, so up on the Ravelry board, on Twitter, on Ravelry board, Twitter, Google Plus, G Plus, on Plurk. I don't do Facebook yet, just because I try to keep my Facebook stuff separate a little bit. But yeah, that's where we're at. Sorry to end the podcast on such a downer note, but wanted to make sure I could get through everything without a major meltdown from Mr. Man here, who is insisting on being held so Mommy has gotten nothing done tonight. So yeah, I guess I will see everybody in 2 weeks. And until then, happy knitting.